We are getting closer to the very end of filming for Star Wars Episode 9 by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are very interested in when it comes to this movie has all to do with the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey. Now, we do know that both J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio are taking the characters down a very specific path. Now, with Kylo Ren, J.J. Abrams will be taking the character down a far darker path than ever before. And as for the character of Rey, he will be giving her a very important lineage. Now, these past couple of months or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with one of the set designs that will involve a shoot for both Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver that point to a major Reylo sequence. What's really interesting is that both Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley are set to film a sequence over at Pinewood during the 4th week of January. It's described as a romantic scene for one of the final scenes in the 3rd act of the film, that is also described as having elements of tragedy inserted into the sequence. Daisy is said to be guarding Kylo Ren from the dozens of extras dressed as Resistance fighters, pirates, and pilots, all aiming their weapons at both Rey and Kylo Ren. It's said to be a very emotional scene that will also tie into the ending of the film. Both Adam and Daisy will need extensive makeup to be done to create bruises and scratches. Their outfits will have tears and rips. Both Daisy and Adam will be sitting down and will need to act exhausted in front of a large First Order shuttle set piece. It's also described that this is a sequence in which Rey is protecting Kylo Ren from her own people. So this is where things get very intriguing. Now, I really want to go over a couple of parts about this because this most definitely points to a Reylo moment in Episode 9. And I know as much as a lot of people either hate or actually love the concept of Reylo, there is a lot of different opinions about how Disney and Lucasfilm are going to approach this. Now, if you look at how they treated the character of Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens, you can see that they were dropping breadcrumbs of the whole entire concept of Reylo in Episode 7, and they expanded that in Star Wars The Last Jedi, and now they're really going to do something huge in Star Wars Episode 9 by J.J. Abrams. So the thing here is this. The first thing that I do want to go over is that, yes, it's described as a romantic sequence for one of the final scenes in the 3rd act of the movie. Now, this could be the very ending of the film, or it could be a scene or two before the final moments of the movie before the credits actually roll. Now, Daisy is actually said to be guarding Kylo Ren from the dozens of extras that are going to be dressed as Resistance fighters, pirates, and pilots, all aiming their weapons at both Rey and Kylo. Now, I don't know about you guys, but we have seen this in other movies before. It may sound a little cliche where the hero is trying to protect the villain because the villain's very conflicted and may very well turn to the good side, and her actual allies are trying to take him down, trying to kill him, while the actual hero is trying to protect him. So we've seen this before in past films out there many times, even in cartoons as well. It's not an unknown thing to do in a certain project. So I think what they're trying to do with this is that they're trying to show us exactly how far Rey is willing to go in order to save the character of Ben Solo, in order to rid himself of the concept of Kylo Ren. And honestly, you know, if they can pull this off right, and if they can get it done correctly where it will make sense and it wouldn't necessarily feel like it's forced or kind of shoehorned in there, I think that then, and only then, it'll actually work for the concept of Reylo here. Because with the concept of Reylo and these two characters being the quote-unquote couple of the Star Wars franchise in the sequel trilogy, I think that they do have to get through a couple of obstacles, and I've gone over those obstacles many times before in the past, one of which, I'll point out right now again, is how he killed his own father, Han Solo, a person of which he actually did not even hate, so that's pretty twisted right then and there. So as far as everything else goes, the next thing that I do want to go over is how they're both actually going to be sitting in front of this large set piece that is designed as a large First Order shuttle, and they will have to act exhausted with a lot of cuts and bruises on them, with their outfits having a lot of tears and rips throughout their actual clothing from head to toe. So this sounds like it's going to be a sequence after the major lightsaber duel, and perhaps at the very end of the duel is when Ben Solo begins to come back and Kylo Ren begins to fade. And I can absolutely see something like that happening. You know, they keep saying Disney and Lucasfilm, they keep saying that this is the final Skywalker Saga film. I think that if this truly is the final Skywalker Saga movie, you would think that they would kill off the character of Ben Solo and even General Leia. Any characters that have a connection to that bloodline would be killed off, so that this way they can't actually expand the Skywalker/Solo bloodline. We'll have to wait and see exactly what they're doing. This may very well be, insurance to keep Ben Solo alive in case they ever do want to do another Skywalker Saga trilogy if the new trilogy just doesn't work out. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.